Hello there, my name is Paul Grayburn, and the purpose of this download on video camera is to give you my account of having Asperger's syndrome. Obviously you've probably done some research, or if this is the first site you've come across, I'll just reiterate that Asperger's is a mild form of autism, and a lot of the problems are problems with social contact, problems with communication, expressing emotion, coping with anxiety, change, uncertainty. Pretty much as everyone else struggles with anxieties in their life at times, from the small to the big, but I guess you just Asperger's syndrome sort of exacerbates it about 100 times, or 1,000 times, and some of the states I've been in before that wouldn't be an exaggeration. What can I tell you about me? Well, basically, I was presenting with symptoms from about the age of 4 or 5, and it wasn't until I was 19 that I finally got diagnosed, and the reason for that was a series of misdiagnoses and doctors really being unsure what the problem was, from say 5 years old right up to the age of 19. It was a common case of doctors either saying, yes, there's a problem, but we don't know what it is, or no, there's not a problem, it's just an out of control kid or a naughty boy, pat him on the head. And one doctor when I was 16 said I had Asperger's syndrome, but for sectioning purposes this required 2 doctors, and as I say, it was never confirmed or denied. Well, it was never denied, it was confirmed when I was 19, and by that time I'd already got myself into a whole load of trouble. Wasn't coping very well with my Asperger's from a very young age, and I guess inevitably something had to be done, and the way I was just going about coping with my behaviour was way off the scale, and I was charged with a lot of criminal offences which I won't go into, due to my behaviour, aggression, and kept coming to the attention of the police on quite a few occasions. But there's a couple more serious charges then, which resulted in me being remanded in custody, and this was thought to be a wholly inappropriate place for me, but I was there for 10 months, and with my solicitors went down the route of trying to get help rather than imprisonment, because if I was just sent to prison, whatever time I served I was going to come out the same person, and there'd just be a vicious cycle of a revolving door of in and out of custody, and I didn't want that, even at that age, at that time in my life. In the crisis I was in, I wanted help, but I guess from that stage I wasn't really ready to truly accept it. So I was given a hospital order, detained indefinitely, and I went to a couple of secure hospitals, had some really bad times in terms of my behaviour, and there's lots of incidents, and I just, to a lot of staff concerned in my care, I was just a hopeless case. I wasn't engaging with the team, I wasn't talking about my problems. I found it really hard to talk to people, to trust them and communicate with them, especially when there was something I needed to talk about, something that was worrying me. And the way I coped was showed it through anger, showed it through aggression, showed it through shouting obscenities and a lot of hurtful things. Eventually, it wasn't an overnight thing, but I eventually decided that in around about 2000, year 2000, that I didn't want to go on like that, and it wasn't overnight. It took about 2 years for me to go from this demon, if you like, so totally out of control and struggling to interpret the world and make any sort of success, to somebody that was, in the doctor's view, ready for discharge. And I sort of completely changed from the. I still have my bad days, and I still have them now, but the way I cope with them doesn't mean I have to be detained in hospital. And I was able to enjoy a lot more freedom. Progressed on to several stages of different step downs from being in hospital, in the community, and up to now I've passed my driving test. I've also worked briefly, and looking for a job again now. I've got an A level, and I've done an MVQ level 3 in business admin, and lots of other achievements along the way. Did lots of voluntary work, volunteered with St John Ambulance. I've volunteered at the British Heart Foundation, and just doing everything I feel like I'm putting something back for all those times before, and contributing, and I'm determined I'll get a job, and determined I'll live a near normal life as possible, and obviously aware of my limitations, but equally not allowing it to totally affect me. And I still have a very good prospect. I'm only young, so still it's not too late then. One of my biggest achievements was I had a book published called Walking on Broken Glass, and it just tells the story of my Asperger syndrome, and that's available online. If you just type Walking on Broken Glass, it'll come up. You can get it from the publisher, or you can go on any of the well-known bidding sites, or Amazon, so on. Just keep an eye on the time. 10 minutes is nearly coming up. I'll do some more videos, and if you got any questions, obviously I can tailor it around that. I just thought it would be helpful, and a lot of people have read my book and said, you know, I'd go in real detail from the beginning, and very descriptive about the horrible times. And at the end of that book, it was like 2004, so I just started to make some progress. And the book ended very optimistic, and I think I've probably got another couple of books in me yet, because a lot of stuff keeps happening. There's been pitfalls, and step back, and then progress again. So don't be surprised if you see another book coming out with my name on it. Writing is one of the things I'm passionate about, and hopefully you'll be able to see that in my work. Okay, I'm going to go now, but please post your comments and let me know. Thanks.